But there was, of course, a Dias goal ruled out for Manchester City that would have put them 2-0 up. And I know you and Stuart Pearce had a little disagreement about this one in the foul that led to that goal with Allison.
Well, I think it's the law that's the problem. I mean, can you remember, go back to Bert Troutman when he's broke his neck, when centre forwards used to just run into the keeper. So we've gone a long way from there that you basically could jump alongside him. But now they're an endangered species, goalkeeper. So if you walk into him and touch him, at any point, referees give a foul. So as long as they do it with everyone, I thought, who was it leaned on him? I think it was Akanji leaned on him. It was Akanji.
Yes.
So there's a difference between Kevin Nolan, the expert at doing it, standing in front of the keeper, who just...
He's an expert, I like that.
Yeah, he just stands in front of the keeper, keeps his arms down by his side, he used to, and pushed his backside out into the keeper. So he'd nudge the keeper that way. Just at the right time, he'd nudge the keeper with his backside. So the ref's looking at him.
Doesn't look like really.
But it doesn't look like his arms are doing it.
Yeah, I hear what
So
you're
if
saying.
you put your arms up, which he did put his arm on him, and it is a soft penalty, and really, goalkeepers are allowed... Well, goalkeepers are allowed to come and punch your head off, but you're not allowed to touch them.
Yeah, we've seen that already this season, haven't we? A couple of times where a goalkeeper has just flattened an opponent and nothing's been given.
Yeah.
I mean, goalkeepers do seem to be overly protected at times, and I think that one was a very soft foul to have given.
Well, can they not get it sorted out, the referees between them? Right?
Well,
what's the law? Are you allowed to lean on the keeper? Are you allowed to get involved in a tussle with the keeper, or you're not allowed to touch him at all?
Well, the problem you have is that you end up in this discussion that we're having now, where you're going back to that game against Newcastle, where obviously Joe Linton had his hands over Gabriel. Yeah. That wasn't disallowed, or that wasn't given as a foul, and Anthony Gordon scored the winner in that situation.
That wasn't on the keeper, though, was it?
No, it wasn't on the keeper, but in terms of the physical contact of two opposing players, that one was more of a foul than what we saw yesterday with Akanji and Allison. It fell. And the problem is you're having different referees and different refereeing groups observing these matches and coming up with their own conclusions, because so much, and I've said this all the time, so much of it is subjectivity.
Well, if you're a centre-back, you're allowed to put your arm out on Joe Linton. You're allowed to use your arms. You're allowed to do that, arms on each other. But you're not allowed, when a keeper's got his hands above his head, you're not allowed to touch his ribs, his rib cage, because the goalkeeper's got no protection.
Right.
Their arms are up in the air catching across.
Yes, right.
So that was the argument there. I don't necessarily agree with it. But that goalkeepers go to punch a ball. If you just jump into the rib cage, they're saying that's not fair. But against the defender can use his arms as well, because he can't obviously catch the ball. But again, we're going to be watching now every decision on the goalkeeper. If you touch the goalkeeper, how can you give a foul at the Etihad and not give a foul now? So again, they cause themselves a problem by not being clear with the law.
Yeah, possibly so. As you say, you think 1-1 was probably a fair result in the end. I'm sure both sides will look at it as a missed opportunity to strike a blow against their rivals in the title race, and also to extend the position that they were in the league table, especially as City at that point before that game were a point clear of Liverpool and Arsenal.
On AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.